exciting announcement today. I am Jeff Simmons, CEO and GM of Valley Telecommunications and Valley FiberCom. Before I go any further, I want to thank Darren Hamilton and his team for their gracious use of this facility. I don't see Darren. Maybe he's out working in the office. So it's River runs through Ag Services, and we're very glad he gave us use of this facility today. We're honored to have some staff from congressional offices with us. Tyler Tortson is representing Senator Mike Rounds. Jordan Cardenas is representing Senator John Thune's office. And we have Courtney Heitkamp with Dusty Johnson here today. I think we have some state representation that was here. Randy Gross, is Randy Gross? And that's District 8 right here in Moody County, is that correct?
Right.
Marley Weiss, is she here? Okay. So with that, we'll get started. A little history about Valley Telecommunications, and hopefully can clarify why you see two different logos and that kind of thing in the building today. We're a communications cooperative in north central South Dakota. We've been delivering communication services for nearly 68 years to our members. In 2008, Valley began replacing our old copper network with fiber to the home infrastructure. And in 2016, we completed that build. So 100% of our members up in north central South Dakota can receive gigabit broadband services via that fiber network. In 2017, the same 9 board of directors that had the vision to overbuild that copper network and replace it with robust fiber set a growth initiative for Valley's management team and their employees. And out of this initiative, Valley FiberCom was born, and that's the logo you see on your left side. And the vision for that was to continue growing fiber-based services to rural South Dakota, to underserved portions of the state. So in late 2018, Valley FiberCom located its customer service center and main office in Volga, South Dakota. And this year we'll be completing the build of the city of Volga. We have 7 out of 10 homeowners in that town that chose our fiber services to deliver their communication needs. So we have good acceptance. People need the fiber. It's proven. It's been proven for many years now, and we're excited to continue that in the rural areas. In 2020, Valley FiberCom will continue this fiber build in the cities of DeSmet, Arlington, and Lake Preston within those city limits. So we're going to grow a little bit more in 2020. But it never solved the most underserved areas in these territories, and that was the rural areas just outside of those towns, where some people struggled to get any internet, and if they did, it was minimum bandwidth and wasn't too reliable. So today we have Julie Gross here, and she's going to help make that announcement of how Valley FiberCom and Valley Telecommunications are going to meet that goal and vision of deploying robust broadband services to the rural or ruralist of areas in South Dakota. Julie Gross is State Director of South Dakota Rural Development. She was born born and raised in South Dakota, actually I think 25 miles just straight west of here. So it was an easy commute for her this morning. She understands and appreciates the needs of rural communities. She's worked efficiently and effectively with integrity and a focus on customer service or the customer. Her lifelong passion is to be a difference in the lives of others. Julie and her family now, I believe, live on a farm near Madison. Is that correct? And so she experiences rural life every day. So she's uniquely qualified to talk about the struggles of rural America. So with that, we'll let Julie come make an announcement.
Can you hear me okay? So I guess you guys are stuck with me today. Deputy Undersecretary DJ Leroy was supposed to be here today, but they had plane troubles last night in Chicago, and after the third delay, they canceled their flight, and so they spent the night in Chicago, and they were unable to get here today. So, like I said, you're stuck with me. We're disappointed that he can't be here, but the message is still the same, and it's a great message. So, thank you, Jeff, and I'm glad that you're all here today to join in the celebration of Valley Telecommunications Broadband Grant Award. It's an honor to be here with the entire team at Valley Tel, along with friends, community leaders, and elected officials for this historic occasion. And it's also great to be joined by a member of our one USDA family. Joe Knipling from the Moody County Farm Service Agency is here today. Thank you for joining us. And I have two of our federal partners here today, Jamie Wood with the Small Business Administration and Alex Smith with the Economic Development Administration. Thank you all for joining us. And Darren, I think he walked in. Where did he go? He's probably sneaking out behind. Anyway, Darren Hamilton, thank you for hosting this event in this awesome facility. I know that this is a busy time of year for them in the seed business, and they have plenty of deadlines. I think he said tomorrow was one of his deadlines. And so for him to let us come here today is just awesome. He's really personifying the precision ag potential that Fiber to the Farm will bring to rural South Dakota as a result of this grant funding. As Jeff stated, my name is Julie Gross, and I'm the State Director for USDA Rural Development in South Dakota. And rural development aims to be a catalyst for rural prosperity by providing affordable rural housing, connecting rural skill sets to jobs of the future, modernizing roads, bridges, and water systems, ensuring communities have access to health care, and of course, improving high-speed internet access, which is what we're here to talk about today. Through loans, grants, and partnerships, we provide tools and resources that ensure families, businesses, and communities have the help they need to prosper today and in the future. Rural development has almost 50 programs, and in South Dakota, we have 8 offices staffed with hardworking South Dakotans just like all of you. And a few of our South Dakota staff are here today, and I would like to ask them to stand. This is nice for them to come. We have Kevin Strickler and Diane Seeperda from the Sioux Falls office. And we have Hallie Whitty, Pat Heeman, and Tammy Schoen from the Huron office. Thank you for the work that you do. So under the leadership of President Donald Trump and U.S. Secretary of Agriculture Sonny Perdue, USDA is fully committed to deploying high-speed internet to the nation's rural communities. Secretary Perdue said it best, and I quote, "Reliable and affordable internet e-connectivity truly is the key in the 21st century to productivity and prosperity. Without access to broadband, entire communities are increasingly left behind in today's information-driven economy. By connecting our communities, we are reconnecting Americans with one another and helping ensure that everyone has the opportunity to benefit from this booming economy," end quote. And I echo Secretary Perdue's comments. Internet access is no longer an amenity. It is critical. It is an essential component of daily life and is as important to rural communities as gaining access to electricity was a century ago. Answering the administration's call to action for rural prosperity, Congress appropriated a total of $1.15 billion in the fiscal year 2018 and 2019 budgets for the ReConnect Rural Broadband Pilot Program. I would like to thank our South Dakota Congressman for the appropriation. They are unable to be with us here today as they are in Washington, D.C., but as you heard, each of their offices is represented here today. So Jordan, Tyler, and Courtney, please take the message back to Senator Thune, Senator Rounds, and Congressman Johnson that we are extremely appreciative of their continued support for rural development and especially for the ReConnect program. So for the first round of ReConnect, which is what we call our program, there was $600 million in grants, loans, and loan grant combinations available. When USDA closed the final application window for these funds in July of 2019, the total dollar amount requested through 146 applications was over $1.4 billion. So that's more than double the $600 million allotment that we have. So there is a lot of demand and competition, and the competition was fierce for this program funding nationwide. And it is my privilege to announce that Valley Telecommunications Cooperative will be receiving a 100% grant in the amount of over $9.5 million. $9.5 million is a stunning amount. I mean, it's hard to even comprehend, but congratulations. Like I said, the competition was fierce, but you are very deserving. This award includes almost $3.2 million in matching funds for a total project cost of almost $12.8 million to deliver 736 miles of fiber in rural Moody, Brookings, and Kingsbury counties. The award will connect at least 27 farms, 17 businesses, and 1,754 households, benefiting a total of 4,463 rural South Dakotans. The Valley Telecommunications Project has the potential to make a far-reaching positive impact on rural businesses and communities. It will attract new families and individuals to rural South Dakota, while helping to retain the best and the brightest. It will bring new small businesses to the service area's rural communities while helping to grow existing communities and create new jobs. It will improve educational opportunities for local students, bridging the digital divide and helping to level the playing field for all children in surrounding school districts. Children will be able to receive a homework assignment in school and then come home and be able to complete that homework assignment through the use of digital tools. And I can say from personal experience living in rural areas, when my kids were in junior high, we had to go into Madison for them to complete their homework. So this is very exciting. It will also help expand medical services and support while enhancing healthcare outcomes through telemedicine. And finally, it will open doors to put even more precision in precision agriculture, allowing farmers in this service area to be more efficient, economical, and environmentally responsible. So I want to again thank President Trump, his administration, and Congress for providing this funding. And even though Deputy Secretary LaVoy could not be here today, he is very supportive of this project. And I just want to thank him for his leadership, his strong voice, and his passion for our rural communities. And his recognition that when rural South Dakota thrives, all of South Dakota thrives. And finally, to Jeff and the entire Valley Telecommunications team, congratulations on this exciting and well-deserved ReConnect Award. And thank you for your outstanding commitment to the future of rural South Dakota. We are proud to be your partner at USDA Rural Development because working together, rural America prospers. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Today we also have Christy Fegan in with the South Dakota PUC. I know our South Dakota PUC has done a good job staying very educated in broadband and communication services, and they've also done a good job holding your companies in the state accountable for those services. So Julie agreed to say a few words, so excuse me, Christy.
How did you know my name was supposed to be Julie? Yes, my cousin was born just a couple months before me. So I got the name Christy
Christy, and I think Christy's a good name in the state of South Dakota, so I'm okay with that. You know, what an honor to be here today. I was talking to Randy Gross up on 3rd floor. He was at appropriations this week, and I got his cell phone number just in case. He said, you know where this is at, right? I said, oh yeah, it's on Google Maps, I'll be fine. Well, I Googled it, and Google Maps doesn't like your address, Darren. Just saying, it was gonna take me to Flandreau, and then it decided it was gonna take me just to Elkton on the edge. So I did call Randy today, and he got me here. And I see so many familiar faces. You know, faces that really care about South Dakota, and I just love that. You have no idea how many calls I get as a public utilities commissioner that doesn't regulate broadband necessarily. Last night, I got 2 calls from legislators. And so Chris Nelson and I were going back and forth last night on some issues with broadband. And the first thing I said to legislators is about SDN. SDN has built a backbone in South Dakota. And they were asking me questions about the need for more money for rural broadband. And that was the question last night from 2 legislators. And I said, yes, we are very blessed in South Dakota. We have SDN that has built a backbone that is like no other. And so we have access to a high-speed internet that a lot of states don't have. So that was my first comment. My second comment, I was in Rod Bauer's office, and Ross, you know that. If you don't know Rod Bauer, he's from Kennebec. I was there Tuesday night, or when I was driving back, and we were kind of looking at the map, and we were looking at the white spaces. And if you've ever looked at the map of SDTA, which Greg is here today, there are white spaces in our state, and that's usually CenturyLink. And CenturyLink usually doesn't have a high-speed internet. And so that's what all of you are trying to figure out, how we get high-speed internet to our rural community. And Jeff, you and your board, wow. I mean, I am just, you know, Commissioner Nelson, Commissioner Hanson, and Commissioner Fegan here. I get to speak on behalf of all of them. You know, we're so thankful when people take the risk of going beyond their incumbent territory. I mean, thank you. I have talked to Ross several times from Alliance and say, okay, Ross, you're at 100%, can you help with other areas? And he and his board continue to look at other areas they can serve. And so today when I was driving up here, and I'm not an emotional person, so I hope I don't get emotional, but I might. Because I thought about rural broadband all the way up here, and I didn't know I was going to speak, so thank you for giving me a couple minutes, and thank you for the flight for being delayed, because now I get to be here. What I was thinking about is, okay, in South Dakota, we've had many challenges. We've had challenges of weather, we've had challenges of economy, and we have a lot of families that are struggling with health, with issues at home. But every time we put our boosters up, and how can we help these families that are struggling with agriculture? Could possibly, with high-speed internet in their home and their farms, could they possibly have another income coming in, and could somebody work from home? Or can they see what's out there? The families that are struggling with health. You know, I have a 91-year-old father, and now the medical services comes into his bedroom through the internet. I have families that are sitting by their son and now have to work online from Omaha or David. I mean, we are so blessed to live in South Dakota. We're so blessed that people take a risk and come out to areas that are underserved. I do believe high-speed internet is a necessity. My husband right now is teaching online at Dakota State. That's what he's doing right now, this minute. So, thank you, South Dakota. Thank you for continuing to put broadband across the state. And when the governor talks about continuing to put money, one-time money in. Make sure we're advocates. Because the legislators asked me, do we really need that money, Christy? And this is what I said last night. Not only do we need the money, we need more. And that's where Senator Thune has really made a big difference, and Chris Nelson from our commission went and testified about broadband, and Senator Rounds and Dusty Johnson, congressperson, he's not Dusty, right? And they've really made a difference on really advocating for rural America and rural South Dakota. So thank you for bringing it to rural South Dakota. Thank you for serving over, did you say 1,400 or 11? No, 1,000? 1,700? 15? 4,000 people. Well, I better get my numbers straight here. Over 4,000 people. Dave, will you cut that part? 4,000. He's my favorite cameraman in the state of South Dakota. He always cuts the part where I mess up. So thank you. Thank you, SDN, for building the broadband. Thank you, congressional people. Thank you for South Dakota Telephone Association. And certainly, thank you for Valley.
Thank you, Christy, for short notice. To wrap up our event today, we also have Adam Mulsey with the Governor's Office of Economic Development, and we're sincerely grateful to Governor Nome for the foresight to implement a state broadband plan, which helped us gain points on our ReCconnect grant application. Without that, it's entirely possible that that $12 million wouldn't have been spent. So, Adam.
Thanks, Jeff. Governor Nome, of course, was not able to be here, so I'm in her stead to give a couple of remarks on her behalf. Adam Mulsey again with the Governor's Office of Economic Development, and we also have Melissa Andreessen, who's also a representative of GOED here with us today. So on behalf of Governor Nome, she'd like to say, connecting South Dakotans through the investment of high-speed broadband internet is a key initiative of mine. Congratulations to Valley Telecommunications Cooperative on its award from the USDA ReCconnect program. And she, at this point, wanted to say many thanks to Deputy Undersecretary Donald Boy for being here, but of course, he was not able to today. So this award and grant really proves that rural development is crucial in economic development, and broadband infrastructure helps achieve this initiative. Because of this project, our kids, our Main Street businesses, and future entrepreneurs will have the opportunity to compete with our neighbors and beyond. Congratulations again, Governor Christy Nome. And then just a few short words. South Dakota and the Governor's Office of Economic Development look forward to being a continued partner of yours going forward. And as Christy alluded to, last year the state of South Dakota allocated $5 million to the South Dakota Connect program. Christy Nome is also doing that ask again this year of another $5 million one-time allotment there to the program. And commitments like this, along with the assistance of USDA Rural Development, and most importantly, the hard work and the investment that Valley Telecommunications is going to be putting in, is going to bring a lot of benefit to the state of South Dakota. It's going to help connect all of South Dakotans, especially rural South Dakota. So with that, thank you.
Well, thanks again, Julie and Christy and Adam for speaking here today. I would like to also have everybody recognize we do have 3 board of directors that made the trip from our North Territory. Charles Wolf is our director from Hosmer Exchange. Dean Wessel is our director from our Mound City Exchange, and Mr. Whitmire is our director from, Mike Whitmire from Pollock Exchange. So thank those guys for coming out. And we also have staff here from both Steve is our plant manager that helped us set up, and he's actually helping pull off all of this fiber to the home investment. So we're thankful for his work. Kelly Bradner is our CSR and marketing manager, and Andrea is our new CSR in our DeSmit location, and we have Kay that kind of kingpin this whole thing, and she's in our marketing and PR department. So thank you guys for your hard work and continued hard work and passion that you show for Valley and getting communication services out to members and new customers. So Valley is very excited to continue our relationship with USDA. We have a history of partnering with that group to bring communication services to rural South Dakota, and we're excited to continue that with the ReCconnect grant. So with that,
And we're
thanks.
blessed to have Representative Marley Weiss here now. Thanks, Marley. Thank you.
So thanks all for coming. Stick around, eat. No one leaves till the food is gone, is what I'm told. So thank you all, and if you have questions, catch up with